Let's begin with our first question. How do humans normally perform calculations? Every day we perform calculations without even thinking about it. When we add prices while shopping, calculate our age, count money, or solve mathematics problems, we naturally use the decimal number system, also known as base 10. For example, if we calculate 25 plus 17, we immediately understand the numbers and can work out the answer. Humans think using the digits 0 to 9 because that is the number system we have learned since childhood. Computers, however, do not understand decimal numbers directly. Before a computer can perform the same calculation, it must first convert the numbers into binary. Binary uses only two digits, 0 and 1. Inside the computer, these binary digits are represented as electrical signals. A 0 represents an OFF or low voltage state. A 1 represents an ON or high voltage state. Using these simple electrical states, the computer performs millions and even billions of calculations every second. So while humans think in decimal, computers process everything in binary. And understanding this difference is the key to learning how computers really work. Now let's move on to our second question. How does a computer process calculations? Let's use a simple example. Suppose we want to calculate 25 plus 17. As humans, we can read these numbers and solve the problem using the decimal number system. A computer, however, cannot understand these numbers directly. The first step is to convert both numbers into binary. Binary uses only the digits 0 and 1. Once the numbers have been converted, the computer sends them through millions of tiny electronic circuits inside the processor. These circuits work using electrical signals. A 0 represents an OFF or low voltage state. A 1 represents an ON or high voltage state. The processor performs the calculation using these binary signals at an incredibly high speed. After the calculation is complete, the binary result is converted back into a decimal number. Finally, the answer is displayed on your screen for you to read. So, although we see 25 plus 17, inside the computer, everything is converted into binary, processed as electrical signals, and then converted back into a number that humans can understand. Now, let's look at another important question. Does a computer understand numbers the same way humans do? The answer is no. Humans can look at the number 100 and immediately understand its value. We recognize the digits. We know what they mean, and we can use them in calculations. A computer, however, does not understand the number 100 the way we do. Instead, it first converts the number into binary. Binary uses only the digits 0 and 1. The computer processes these binary digits using electronic circuits, not the decimal numbers that humans see. To us, the number 100 is simple and meaningful. But to a computer, it is just a sequence of zeros and ones, represented by electrical signals. After the computer finishes processing, it converts the binary result back into decimal, so that humans can easily read and understand the answer. This is why we say, humans think in decimal, but computers process information in binary. Now, let's move on to another important question. What happens to a calculation before a computer processes it? Let's use the calculation 25 plus 17 as an example. When we type this calculation into a computer, the computer does not process the decimal numbers directly. Instead, the first step is to convert each number into binary. Binary uses only the digits 0 and 1. Once the numbers have been converted, the binary data is sent through the computer's electronic circuits. These circuits carry the binary information as electrical signals. The processor then performs the calculation using these binary signals at an incredibly fast speed. After the calculation is complete, the binary result is converted back into a decimal number. Finally, the answer is displayed on the screen in a form that humans can easily understand. So remember this important process. Decimal numbers are first converted into binary. Binary is processed by the computer, and then the result is converted back into decimal for us to read.